Welcome to the Candle Business Coach podcast. I'm your host, Kirsty Allen, and I am the Candle Business Coach. I'm also a mum of three and a kindness advocator. This podcast is all about making and selling candles, business development, and mindset, delivered to you with advice, inspiration, and motivation in a new episode every Friday. Are you a candle maker looking for support, strategy, and a like-minded community? Then you need to check out the Candle Makers Collective. The Candle Makers Collective is my exclusive membership where you get weekly live group coaching, expert guidance, and a supportive network of fellow candle makers so you never feel stuck or alone in your business. There's also an ever-growing library of helpful resources, including ebooks, social media guides, templates, and more. So if you're looking to take your business to the next level and learn more about the membership for candle makers, click the link in the show notes for the Candle Makers Collective. Welcome back to the podcast, my friend, and welcome to another Candle Business Coach update. In today's episode, I wanted to talk to you about a few different things that are happening in the Candle Business Coach world, namely the increase in price for my private coaching, the increase in price for the Candle Makers Collective. I also want to talk to you about something very, very exciting, which is the Candle Makers Retreat, the very first retreat that I'm organizing for, whoever wants to come along. Namely candle makers, of course. And then the fourth thing I want to talk to you about in this episode is my new ebook, 10 strategies or 10 proven strategies to scale your candle business. So let's go through all these things one by one. And of course, if you have any questions about this episode, you can always DM me on Instagram at Candle Business Coach. So at the start of this year, start of 2025, I had an episode where I told you that the prices for my private coaching would be increasing on February 1st. And gosh, hasn't January just gone past super fast, because tomorrow is February 1st. So I just wanted to again remind in this episode that my private coaching sessions will be increasing in price. So if you do want to have a session, you don't have to have it scheduled before tomorrow, but you just need to pay before tomorrow's price increase. I offer single sessions, 3 block sessions, and 6 block sessions as well. So depending on where you are in your journey, what you need, and how I can support you, that will determine how many sessions you need, at least to start with. So yes, the prices will be increasing because I've upskilled my skills and abilities as a coach, and that's reflected in the sessions that I host and facilitate with you. So that's why the price is increasing. That leads me on to the Candle Makers Collective. So we have now transitioned from fortnightly group sessions into weekly group sessions, and these are our Zoom calls that we run every Tuesday evening, Australian Eastern Daylight Time, 7:30. So the price increase is going to be from $27 a month to $37 a month, and the prices will increase on February 10th. So you've got just over a week from when this podcast episode comes out to join the collective at the lower price of $27 a month. If you join the membership before February 10th, that's the price you'll pay each month, the $27. But if you join after Feb 10th, you'll then be paying the $37 a month price. So I do also have a smaller tier. It's called the Light tier, which is $7 a month, and that includes everything except those group coaching calls. So if you want to get access to the resources and a library of guest speaker presentations and workshops and trainings, as well as the Facebook community, then it's only $7 a month. So if you're in a different time zone and not able to attend the group coaching calls, then I highly recommend joining at the $7 a month tier. That way you can still be a part of the collective, still be a part of our community, and still be a part of the membership, which is really exciting. I wanted to also talk about how incredible our community in the collective is. We are a beautiful group of candle makers who are supportive and caring and considerate and kind-hearted and cheerleaders for one another. And I absolutely adore every single member in the collective. And it's one of those things where when I started this membership, when I started this group, I knew there was a need for community. I knew there was a need for connection among not just, quote unquote business owners or candle makers, but as humans, we need connection. We need to feel like we belong. And this collective is definitely my heart and soul baby. And I'm so proud of everything we've accomplished in the group, as well as individual successes as well. In our group coaching calls, which, as I said before, are now weekly, we run through a little bit of a loose schedule, which covers what our goals are for the coming week before we come back together to talk about what homework we've done and whether we were able to get the things ticked off our list. But we also celebrate each other and we talk through our challenges as well. So the group calls are one of my favorite parts of the collective, as well as the Facebook group, because we can stay connected throughout the week rather than only on those weekly catch-ups. But it's a chance to form friendships and network and find your business besties in a place where people are so loving and kind-hearted and open-minded. And it truly warms my heart and makes me so proud of every single member that's in that group and the milestones that they keep on kicking every single week in their business. We've got one particular member who has been in the collective for a little while now, and she's been a candle maker for over a decade, and her wealth of knowledge is so vast, and she's so giving and loving and supportive, and she's just a breath of fresh air and a light a flame in the candle makers collective. But we also have other members that are a bit newer as well, and they can lean on the support of the more experienced candle makers in the group. So if you are looking for community, if you are looking for connection, if you are looking for a place to belong along your business journey, I highly recommend the Candle Makers Collective. It's the only membership of its kind, particularly for candle makers, but for business owners in general. So I absolutely love the membership, and that's why I wanted to talk about it in tonight's episode, because I wanted to make it really clear that if you want to join, please join before February 10th so that you can pay a lower rate per month rather than the coming rate of $37 a month. You can get your membership for $27 a month, and that's Australian dollars. All right, moving on to the next part of this podcast. I am super excited to announce that I'm in the midst of planning the first Candle Makers Retreat. Get excited. Oh my gosh. I'm beaming if you can't tell. My cheeks are hurting from smiling so much whenever I think about this. This retreat is going to be absolutely incredible and epic and nurturing and rejuvenating and amazing and wonderful and maybe even life-changing. It will be a chance for candle makers to come together, again, that emphasis on community and connection, but to come together as a group of people in person that get to meet one another. How amazing does that sound? This is going to be such a wonderful experience. I'm thinking yummy food. I'm thinking a yoga session. I'm thinking maybe even a tour to some of the local candle makers suppliers so that you can see behind the scenes of how suppliers run their operations and get to know the suppliers in person. There are so many ideas that I have brewing in my mind, and it's just a matter of writing it all down and trying to work out how to fit everything into the 3 days, the 2 nights that I'm thinking of hosting the retreat in October this year, so 2025. It will most likely be somewhere on the Mornington Peninsula in Victoria, Australia. So for my international listeners, you of course are absolutely invited to attend and come along. But the plane ride and the cost of all that is probably outside of most people's reach. So I am aware that this location that I choose and the price that it will be set at and all of the details may naturally exclude some people, which really does hurt my heart, because I want this to be an opportunity for everyone to come together and meet one another and form those connections and be a part of that in-person community at this retreat. But basically what I wanted to share in this episode is that we're still myself, is very much in the early phases, the early stages of planning this retreat. So I don't have anything locked in yet. I don't have any dates locked in or any specific details. I've just got the ideas brewing in my mind. But what I have done is I've popped together a little wait list that you can sign up for. The link will be in the show notes. All you need to do is pop your email on the waitlist page, and then when more details come to light, you'll be notified via email. So if this does sound like something that you would love to be a part of, and I hope you do, because I don't want to be the only one there at the accommodation hanging out by myself, although that does sound kind of relaxing. I do have a toddler who is 2.5 and is just a ball of energy, and I love him, but he does drain me some days. So maybe it would be nice to be by myself at a retreat. No. I want you candle makers there with me. I want to experience the joy and community and connection with you. And I want to provide some surprises and some goodies as well along the way. So as I said, if you're interested in being a part of the waitlist, the link is in the show notes to pop your email down for that. So super excited, more details to come. And funnily enough, this is something that I've had in my mind to plan and organize since 2022 when the Candle Business Coach world first began. And it's now January 2025, so a couple of years later. But these are the things about having long-term goals, is that as you go through life, you're able to make these dreams and aspirations become reality. And this will be something that I'll be able to tick off my list, tick off my, to-do tasks for 2025. But it's going to mean so much when I'm able to share this experience with incredible candle makers and beautiful friends. So as I said, sign up to the link in the show notes, and I can't wait to share more details as they come to light. And then the last thing I wanted to share in today's episode is the fact that I've released a new ebook. It's a brand new, totally free ebook called 10 Proven Strategies to Scale Your Candle Business. And I'm super excited for this ebook because it contains real actionable tips and tricks and of course the strategies to help scale and grow your candle business from where it is now to where you want it to be in a shorter period of time than it would be if you weren't utilizing these strategies and taking inspired, imperfect, tangible action. So again, the link will be in the show notes for that ebook. I encourage you, no matter where you are in your journey, to sign up for that ebook, and then I'll email you the ebook so that you can scale your business as fast as you can, as fast as you want to build your empire. This ebook has been cross-checked and referenced by candle makers in the collective that are in the process of scaling their business. So I can promise you that the details in the book are very relevant to growing your business and hopefully will inspire and motivate you along the way. So with all that said, I hope you had a wonderful, relaxing yet productive January. I still can't believe the first month of 2025 is almost finished. And actually, just as a little PS, I'm curious, with these podcast episodes, not just these solo ones, but with my guest episodes as well, would you like me to turn them into actual videos that I can upload onto YouTube? For those of you playing along, I do upload the podcast into YouTube already. I've done that from the start, but it's just a thumbnail, so it's just audio that you're listening to. But I could potentially, and I know I can, it's just whether this is something that you want as a listener, if you would like to actually see behind the scenes of me recording episodes if they're solo and me sharing the episodes when I have a guest. So you can actually see the person that I'm interviewing and get to experience the conversation in a bit more of a tangible way. So that's just a little PS. Send me a DM on Instagram at Candle Business Coach to let me know whether that's something you would like. And with all that said, thank you so much for listening to me ramble on about all the things that are happening in the Candle Business Coach world. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will catch you in the next episode. Thank you, my friend, for listening to this episode. Check out the show notes for all the links mentioned throughout the conversation, and please subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any future episodes. And if you're feeling inspired, I would love it if you would write a review for the podcast and give a 5-star rating. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day.